Yo, what's going on everybody? I'm Dr. P and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking more about the Fortnite storyline, including what's going on currently within the game with the Imagined, the Origin, the Paradigm, and the Scientist. There have been some pretty big developments according to the quest logs for the upcoming week, so if you want to make sure you're staying up to date with everything, guys, make sure to slap a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Alright fellas, this is a gift checkpoint. I'm going to be giving 5 people a gift right now in this video. I'm going to scroll down my gifting list and we're going to see who has been supporting me lately, and I'm just going to pick 5 random people. Who wants to get the El Dorado? I'm going to try to pick some people who have not won recently. Alright, yep, we'll go Squabble, we'll go Kale. Alright, for the other 3, I have a better idea. We're going to go to the Discord, and the first 3 people to respond are going to get the gift. Let's go. First 3 people to type get a gift right now. Go. It's on. Let's see who it actually is. Let's see who's active. This is a little bit of a reward for being kind of active, right? So let's see who gets on here and types first. Okay, we got 2 people. All right, we got Yoda with nothing, Testy Cross, and Donut Buster. All right, Testy Cross, there you go. Donut Buster, there you go. Here we go. This is his name. So Happier Throne, and that concludes the 5 quick gifts. Hey, join the Discord if you haven't already. Link in the description. To fully understand what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and play several clips for you. I'll play the first one here. Go ahead and have a listen.
It is her! The Paradigm is still out there, and she has just sent the solution to our problems! I gotta tell the Origin about this. He'll be happy, I hope. So, telling the Origin about the Paradigm's new weapon went as well as you'd expect. That guy's always saying, this could be the end of our reality. And yet, he holds on to petty grudges that make reality harder to save. I am sick of the infighting. Paradigm has a plan, and we need to try it. Drop these schematics off at the Scientist's lab. Incognito. You know, to protect the Origin's fragile ego. I wouldn't have picked the fake mustache. Looks itchy. But, it'll work. Drop off those plans. He'll know what to do with these. We're gonna end this war together, whether the Origin likes it or not.
So in this clip, the Imagined is talking about how she actually has contact with the Paradigm, and Paradigm is working to help remotely, kind of in secret, designs this weapon plan, and the Imagined is just blown away by it and thinks it can really help in their fight against the IO. When she then goes to pitch the design to the Origin doesn't want to accept the help from the Paradigm because, they be beefing. The Imagined doesn't care at all and just says, you know what, give these plans to the Scientist and let him begin to develop this stuff, even without the Origin knowing and just completely ignoring what he said. That's a gutsy move. It's really interesting to think about this whole Paradigm relationship with the rest of the 7 because a majority of the group hates her and just doesn't want anything to do with her, yet some of them, i.e. the Imagined and apparently the Scientist, they don't really care. And I mean, who knows what the 7th member, the other sister, will actually think of Paradigm. That's really to be seen yet, but regardless, it's becoming more and more clear there is this massive feud, massive beef between various members of the 7, and they're kind of just breaking apart as a team. And that leads us to my next point.
I need you to roll out our anti-take rounds to the 7's personnel across the island. Keep your comms open while you're delivering them. We need to talk. Not to brag, but before I left the Imagined Order, I was somewhat of an expert on the 7. And one thing we were certain of was that they worked as a unified, dedicated group. The Imagined Order still thinks that, but I'm not so certain. Makes me nervous. Between you and me, we need to know what's going on with the 7. This lack of trust could be a real problem. We need to resolve it before the IO catches wind. Good work. Look, don't share anything I told you, okay? We're just gonna watch and be smart. We need the 7 united. If something is driving a wedge, we need to know.
So now we have Jones, who is kind of an insider as a former member of the Imagined Order, right? And he says when he was working there, everybody believed that the 7 were this dedicated, unified, single group that were so powerful that they could pretty much overcome anything with all of their skill sets and working together. As of late, it looks like that's not really the case. based on all this feuding and all the beef that is being had. Jones does suggest that the Imagined Order probably still thinks that they're one team, but that info can't get out. That info cannot reach the IO, otherwise they'll be able to take advantage of this weakness that was assumed to be the strength of this team going in. Jones is hyper aware of this, and he knows that something has got to give. There's got to be some resolution to some degree at some point, otherwise everything they've worked so hard for up to this point is just going to be a lost cause. It's very important, and he knows that he has to get this fixed. Oh, by the way, it looks like the weapon that the Paradigm designed and then gave the info to the Imagined, and then the Imagined gave that info to the Scientist, it looks like that weapon actually turned out to be the Anvil. It's an anti-tank weapon that I guess was already in the game that we're able to use, but it looks as though this is the weapon. By the way, the Anvil, super fun to use this season. Really cool. Alright, so the Imagined has sneakily sent this design off to the Scientist for production, unbeknowingly to the Origin, but once the Origin actually goes to visit the Scientist and sees the weapon for himself, he turns a bit suspicious.
The Scientist's new anti-tank weapon is good. Really good. I need to see it in action. Will you test it out for me? It works, but it bears striking similarity to an extremely decommissioned 7 weapon. Are you sure the Scientist made this on his own? I need to talk to the Imagined.
So right away, the Origin is impressed. He's actually really liking what he's seeing as far as the efficiency and the capabilities of the new weapon that the Scientist produced. However, he does not think that the Scientist did it all himself based on the familiarity of the designs to a certain outlawed member of the 7. So naturally, he becomes very suspicious and he starts asking, are you sure? Are you sure the Scientist did this on his own? And then he decides he needs to go and talk to the Imagined, so maybe the cover is getting ready to be blown here in a big way. By the way, just for your guys' reference, the clips that I've shown up to this point have been for Week 3, Week 4, and Week 5 challenges, respectively. You know, in this all-out war against the IO, the Origin sees a weapon that he loves, both on the original pitched blueprint and seeing it in person from the Scientist. Yet, he doesn't want to actually use any of it because he hates the Paradigm or has beef against her to such a high degree that it's just not worth it to him in his mind to engage in this conversation and collaboration with the Paradigm because she's ruined so much before. I really want to know specifically what the Paradigm did to cause this massive rift between the 7. You might as well call them the 3.5 at this point, split down the middle in 2 sides. And those 2 sides are seemingly shaping out to be the Paradigm and her allies versus the rest. If they don't get this thing together quickly, the IO could win this thing, and they actually could seriously set back the 7. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave your theories and comments down below. I would love to get to as many of you guys, maybe feature you in a video. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Fortnite.
Season X is here, and the world...
You violated the law.
You know you're doing. You know you're doing.